Hello and welcome to another update video. Today we want to talk about Nvidia. Quite interesting at the moment, the developments on the Nvidia chart. So we cover it here in a little bit more detail. Nvidia has started obviously to correct in June. The idea was that there was a high chance that a top could have formed here. We were watching for the beginning of a larger downturn. The price has developed so far in a corrective fashion, so we cannot entirely rule out one more high. Why? Because the rally from the August low was only in 3 waves. So whenever we have a 3-wave rally, it doesn't really, well, first of all, the rally was in 3 waves, so it doesn't give us a very clear long trade setup or anything. But also the pullback was in 3 waves. And because this pullback was in 3 waves, this is not clearly bearish yet, but the context and the size of that correction of that pullback make me lean towards a top is in. It will be very important now to watch for specifically price action in this local range here. We have a support zone and a resistance zone. So let me take you through the different wave counts and scenarios and what I find a little bit more likely. So the white count, again, is for me at the moment the preference. Here in this scenario, we topped in a 3rd wave, in a larger 3rd wave. We've seen the 3-wave move down in wave A, a corrective rally in wave B, and now I'm watching for a C wave down. But the decline also looks like a 3-wave move down only. So it could be wave 1 of a diagonal in wave C. So it's all moving in corrective structures as it seems. That doesn't give us very clear answers at this stage. I know everybody always wants to know, but sometimes the market just doesn't give us very clear answers. But best to acknowledge that and to prepare for a little bit of uncertainty. But doesn't matter because we have very clear parameters to watch. So idea is we are close to completing wave 1 or some kind of a pullback there. And the resistance area for the next bounce is defined between $115.26 and $124.30. So that's the resistance area to which the price should go next, okay, maybe this week, early this week. And then if we see a reaction here to the downside, then this could be the setup for a 3rd wave down in white. And then we could still get a 4-5 pattern. And then we have a larger ABC structure, which could be the pattern that would be a setup for a larger B wave then here, yeah, before we go down even lower in a larger C wave. So there's a long way to go. If really a correction has started and the larger 3rd wave is topped, yeah, there's a long way to go. Quite a bit of work to do for the bears, yeah. But yes, we could, before all of that happens, get one more high. In this case, the price would, however, ideally hold the orange support region. The formal invalidation point for the yellow wave count is the end of alternative wave 4. So $90.76, roughly $90.70. So any break below it will likely be invalidation. Well, not likely, it will be invalidation of the yellow scenario. The yellow count is questionable because the rally also into the August highs is only in 3 waves. So the pullback in 3 waves could be wave 2, but then wave 3 would also be an ABC structure and we would need to break above resistance, $124.30, to confirm the yellow scenario further. I don't strongly lean towards the yellow count. It's my alternative. It's also likely, but it will become possibly primary count if we get a break above resistance at $124.30. That means for this week, the focus needs to be on $98.07 as key support. Ideally, yellow wave 2 doesn't even break below it. If it does, it would more strongly already make us lean towards the white count. Might just be an extension of this white wave 1 to the downside. And if we get a break above $124.30, yeah, then the white count will become less likely because, as you can see here, this would also be a wave 2, but a wave 2 corrective rally, which would then result in a 3rd wave down, and then we can build the white count, okay? So white is the pattern that is likely going to be followed if a substantial top has formed. I think it's likely, but the absence of any 5-wave pattern to the downside at the moment doesn't really allow me to confirm that clearly. And also the absence of any 5-wave move up allows me, or does not allow me to confirm clearly that we're going higher. So it's all still a little bit in no man's land, even though I'm slightly leaning towards the white count, and it probably will be decided this week or next. We have parameters and the break of each of these parameters. So if we have a break below support, it's more clearly white. A break above resistance, it's more clearly red. But in this area, somewhere here, I'm watching for a bounce anyway, and at least a wave 2 corrective rally, maybe a third wave. So that's the update about Nvidia. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500, as well as regular updates about stocks, feel free to check out our stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find the link in the description.